Hey folks, welcome back. Today we're looking at, again, solving equations that involve distribution and combining like terms and terms on both sides of the equal sign. And included in today's video is also the idea of fractions as coefficients and how we can make life a little bit easier by eliminating those fractions. So let's start by taking a look at this one. It is 4/5 times x minus 6 equals negative 2 times the quantity 4x plus 5. Well, let's begin first of all by, I'm just going to rewrite this thing. That's going to make my life easier. So 4/5 times x minus 6 equals negative 2 multiplied by 4x plus 5. And I'm just going to move everything over here. There we go. Okay. So first things first, to make life a little bit easier, I'm going to start off by simplifying the right-hand side because there's distribution going on, and I want to take care of that. And this is my choice. So here we go. I'm going to multiply, distribute the negative 2 into the 4x and the positive 5. So when I do that, negative 2 times 4x, negative 2 times 4 is negative 8, negative 8x. And now negative 2 times positive 5, negative times a positive, that's negative, and 2 times 5 is 10. There, now my parentheses are gone, I've distributed that, and I'm going to bring everything else down. Now we're to the point where if I want to, I can get rid of my fractional coefficient, because, working with fractions isn't always the funnest. So what I'm going to do is I am going to multiply everything. Now, I only have one fraction here, so it's not a big deal. But I'm going to multiply everything in this equation by the least common denominator of all the fractions. Well, there's only one fraction, so my least common denominator is the only denominator, which is 5. Now, if there had been different fractions, I would have had to find the least common denominator. But I'm going to multiply everything by that least common denominator right now, and that happens to be 5. Now remember, I have to multiply everything in there by that. So, for example, 5 times 4/5. So remember, that's 5 over 1, right? So 5 times 4 is 20. 1 times 5 is 5, and that x has to come with. Now, 5 times negative 6 is negative 30. 5 times negative 8 is negative 40x, and 5 times negative 10 is negative 50. Okay, well, you're saying, well, the fraction's not gone yet. Well, no, it's not, but it's about as gone as it can be because this fraction is a division question. 20 divided by 5 is 4x. Now it's officially gone, and I just copy everything else down. So now I've got 4x minus 30 equals 40x minus 50. And it's the same equation as what I had up here before I multiplied everything by that common denominator, but now I don't have any fractions to deal with, and that's a nice thing. Okay, well now I want to focus on moving my variables to one side and my constants to the other so I can solve for x. So first thing I'm going to do is, let's see here, I am going to choose to, I'm going to add 50 to both sides. When I do that, of course, that negative 50, that positive 50 cancel each other out, leaving me with negative 40x. Now, negative 30 combined with positive 50 is going to give me a positive 20. Because negative 30 and positive 50, that makes 20. And my 4x just comes right on down. Now, I have moved all my constants from one side to the other successfully. That makes me very happy. And so now my next step is I am going to move my variables to the other. So I'm going to subtract 4x from both sides. And when I do that, that one and that one are gone. And I am left with just 20 on this side, and negative 40 minus 4 Please remember that when you're subtracting, you're adding the opposite. So negative 40 minus 4 is the same thing as negative 40 plus negative 4. I'm adding two negatives now. That's negative 40 plus negative 4. That's negative 44. X. Beautiful. Now, at this point, I can just divide by the coefficient of x, which is negative 44. And those two go away, and that leaves me with just x over here and negative 20/44, because I can't neatly divide 20 by 44. I can leave that as a fraction. I'm going to turn this around because I hate having my variable on the right-hand side. It just drives me crazy. Maybe it doesn't drive you crazy, but it does me. Now, negative 20/44, that's good, but I can simplify that fraction by dividing by the greatest common factor of 20 and 44. What is that greatest common factor? I think it's 4. So I can divide both the numerator and denominator by 4, leaving me with 20, and this is going to be negative still because it started as negative. 20 divided by 4 is 5, and 44 divided by 4 is 11. So x equals negative 5/11. X equals negative 5/11. All right. Now, just remember, if you want to get rid of fractions, whoops, sorry about that. If you want to get rid of fractions in your equations and just work with the whole numbers as you're working through, or the integers, then multiply by the least common denominator. In this case, it was 5. Multiply by that, and your fractions disappear. All right, thanks for watching. Have a great day. Don't forget to be awesome, and I'll see you next time.